On June 21st, 2021, President Biden announced his support for the $1.2 trillion infrastructure framework. This will be the largest investment in infrastructure for our nation in nearly a century. Professor Peter Norton is an associate professor of science, technology, and society here at UVA. He believes in the importance of attention that this legislation brings to public transportation.
There are some really extraordinary things about the current legislation. One is an unprecedented degree of federal commitment to public transportation, also to walking and cycling infrastructure, and even to infrastructure removal in those cases where it was, particularly expressway projects in cities that were very destructive to local communities.
Breaking down the contents of this framework, we see that $312 billion will be put into transportation, with most of the money being invested in roads, bridges, and other major projects. The remaining $266 billion will be placed into other infrastructure. More information on the bipartisan infrastructure framework can be found at the White House website.
I think we really need to see a serious de-emphasis on automobile-centric transportation. We still have an entire system of standards, engineering standards and expectations with powerful interest groups behind them that want to treat every transportation problem as a reason to add more lanes for cars.
This framework will make many drastic changes to help Americans across the country. These include providing clean drinking water, expanding access to public transportation, and providing reliable internet access to communities that don't have it. While these are all beneficial changes that will be implemented across America, Professor Norton discusses potential challenges of creating sufficient infrastructure that are important to be made aware of.
I'll tell you one trend that concerns me a lot about technology, and that's the perception. It's very common perception that the answer to all of our problems is high tech. So technology can be part of the answer, but it can also be a dangerous distraction from the things we can do now that work, that are actually more affordable than what we're doing, and that actually don't take any more tech than we have right now. We can do things now like make our communities walkable, so you can actually walk to destinations, daily destinations like work, school, groceries, and so on. We can make communities bikeable with safe bike lanes. We can make transit so good that people want to take it. There are plenty of people who do. So there's a lot of things we can do, and for a more sustainable, inclusive, affordable, and equitable, and healthful future, we need to do those things.
In more recent news, lawmakers spent this past weekend finalizing changes to the 2,700-page bill, and the Senate is now expected to advance a $1 trillion infrastructure bill this week. With an infrastructure crisis showcased by the deterioration of bridges, highways, and sewers, this bill is long overdue. However, this new proposal looks to put an end to all of these issues. I'm Camerin, Kith, WUVA.